Went by myself to the movies, got my ticket from the machine. It was Sunday, I was lonely, had no one to go with me. I'm not an actress.
All right, guys, we're going to be staging up motos.
Another Sunday at the movies, daydreaming about you and me. All I know about love is that I don't know what love is, except for what they told me in other people's stories. 'Cause all I know is I don't know what love is. Think I saw us in the movie, and we looked good on the screen. And I loved you like you knew me, but we're just actors in a scene. I know it's scripted, but it's different than I've had.
Looks like we got 12 action-packed motos. The world-famous Marysville BMX on our last Wednesday night race of 2025. That's called upselling, according to Kate. Hey guys, if we could get a couple of corner marshals down there in turn 1 and in turn 2, we'd sure appreciate it. Oh, we got turn 1 covered. And we got turn 2. Moto number 1 on the track, 17 to 20 cruisers. We got Markarian, Bonzel, and Adkins in and out of the first turn, and down the second straight they go. Bonzel and Markarian battling for that top spot. Got Adkins in there on the 3. Headed through the rhythm section. Looks like Bonzel showing the way in and out of the last turn. They're going to come back at me. Bonzel going to take your 1 on a Wednesday night first moto. Markarian and Adkins coming back around. Moto number 2 on the track, 7-year-old novice, 7 and under novice. We got Xavier Red, Matthias Columnares, and Daniel Blackburn in and out of the first turn. They're headed down the second straight. Got to be Blackburn on the top spot. Going to show the way into the second turn. The 857 of Colmenares on the 2 with Xavier Red in there on the 3. Headed through the rhythm section. Making their way around as they head through the rhythm section. They're bringing it down the last straight. The 483 of Blackburn. Going to take your ace in round 1. Looks like Matthias Colmenares on the 2. And the 846 bike of Xavier Red bringing it back around on the 3. All right, guys, here we go. Moto number 3 on the track, 8 novice class. We got Jet Willie, Parker Phillips, and Henry Elkins. This should be a good one as they come in and out of the first turn down the second straight. Looks like Phillips, Sparky on the top spot with Elkins and Willie in tow. Down the rhythm section, we'll pick them up as they come out of the last turn. Coming back at me, it's Phillips showing the way. We got the 77 bike of Willie on the 2 and the 487 of Elkins on the 3. All right, guys, here we go. Meta number 4 on the track, 10 novice class. We got Joseph Ponsmatier, Adele Bush, and Chase Baker. Oh, they're getting bigger. I might have to talk faster. Down the second straight they go. Looks like Baker on the top spot. It's Baker, Ponsmatier, and Bush. Single file out of the second turn and through the rhythm section, making their way around. Headed into the last turn. They're going to bring it down the last straight. The 663 of Baker going to bring it back around on the top spot. Ponsmatier trying to track him down on the 2. And the 136 of Adele Bush on the 3. Meta number 5 on the track, 11 novice. We got Jace Gollett, Jalen Brust, Kinsley Strunks, and Genevieve Harmon. In and out of the first turn and down the second straight they go. Got to be Gollett on the top spot. As they head down the second straight, they're battling. Moves being made. It's Gollett, it's Strunks, it's Brust, and it's Harmon. As they come out of the second turn into the rhythm section, single file. Total points going down on a Wednesday night. Coming back at me on the last straight, the 132 of Jace Gollett. Going to come across the line. Got to be Kinsley Strunks, the 149. Brust and Harmon bringing it back through. All right, guys, here we go. Moto number 6 on the track, 36 to 40 novice. In and out of the first turn, we got Harmon, Phillips, Grudio, Irvin, and Klein. Down the second straight they go into the second turn. Believe that's Phillips showing the way as they head through the rhythm section. Klein and Grudio battling for the 2. Irvin and Harmon. Down the last straight they go. Phillips trying to hang on. Klein making a charge. Phillips, Klein, Grudio, Irvin, and Harmon. All right, guys, here we go. Meta number 7 on the track. Down the first straight they go. 7-year-old intermediate class. We got Bailey Loy, Bodie Loy, and Kane Dotson in and out of the first turn and headed down the second straight. It looks like Bodie Loy going to show the way. Dotson and Bailey making a charge. All Dotson going to make a move for that top spot. In and out of the second turn. All Bodie turning it back on. Here they go through the rhythm section. It's Bodie, it's Kane, and it's Bailey. Coming back at me on the last straight, the 58 bike. Now the 228 bike of Bodie Loy going to take your 1. Got Spider-Man in there on the 2. And the 58 bike of Bailey Loy on the 3. All right, guys, here we go. Meta number 8 on the track. 9-year-old intermediates headed down the first straight. We got Celeste Van Horn, Magnus Hall, and Austin Moore in and out of the first turn and down the second straight. Got to be Austin Moore on the top spot. The 501 bike got Van Horn on the 2 and Hall on the 3. They're racing hard as they come in and out of the second turn into the rhythm section. Moore got it under control. The 501 bike holding it down. He's coming back down the last straight, but there's a battle for the 2. We're going to go Moore on the top spot. Looks like Van Horn on the 2 and Magnus Hall on the 3. All right, guys, here we go. Moto number 9 on the track. 11 intermediates headed down the first straight. We got Bella Worthington, Reed Cole, Luke Little, and Landon Bonzel. Down the second straight they go. Looks like Bonzel on the top spot. I haven't seen him ride like this since his blue suede shoes. Bonzel on the top spot. Is that Little in there on the 2? Cole and Worthington as they head through the rhythm section. It's still up for grabs. They're racing hard down the last straight. Coming back at me. Looks like Bonzel going to take your 1. Little, Cole, and Worthington bringing it back through. All right, guys, here we go. Meta number 10 on the track. 12-year-old intermediates headed down the first straight. We got Justin Adkins, Roman Cole, and Cole Robar. Down the second straight they go. It's got to be Adkins on the top spot. So it's Adkins, Robar, and Cole. Into the second turn they go. Trying to cut it high and low, single file through the rhythm section as they head for that last turn. Going to bring it back around. Coming back at me, the 15 bike. Adkins going to take your 1 with Cole and with Robar and Cole. There's too many Coles out here. All right, guys, here we go. Meta number 11 on the track, 46 to 50 intermediates. We got Thomas Smith, Charlie Strunks, and Matty G. They're going 3 wide down the second straight into the second turn. They're battling hard as they head into the second turn. Coming out of the second turn, I believe that's Strunks on the top spot with Matty G and Smith battling for the 2. Here they come down the last straight. The 606 bike going to show the way. Charlie Strunks got Matty G on the 2 and Smith on the 3. Gates down. Meta number 12 on the track, 41 to 45 experts. I don't know what's going on. These guys all over. Jeremiah Loy, Cage Moss, Trey Worthington, Matt Williams, and Marcus Long. Down the second straight they go. Got to be Moss on the top spot. So it's Moss, Williams, and Long still up. Looks like Worthington and Loy down in the first turn. Here they come. Back at me on the last straight. Got to be Moss. There's that Williams and Long. We're getting the old dudes checked out down there in the first turn. Oh, yeah, I see Jeremiah Loy walking it off. I see some movement out of Worthington. Looks like Worthington's going to ride it out. Give these old guys a hand. They got to get up and go to work in the morning. Or at least get up. That'll be half the battle. Gonna have to do some bike repair, it looks like. That's a true BMX mom right there. I like it. What happened? Explain yourself. Hey, if you'd have had the whole shot, that wouldn't have happened. Kate's heard that 100 times. If you'd have been faster down the first straight. All right, we're getting round 2 locked and loaded. So if you've got a round 2 and we run total points, so I know you have a round 2, head on over to staging. Gates down, meta number 1 on the track, round 2 underway. 17 to 20 cruisers. Markarian, Bonzel, and Adkins down the second straight they go. Bonzel going to show the way with Markarian on the 2. Adkins in there on the 3 as they head down the second straight into the last turn. Coming back at me, Bonzel, 17, holding it down. Markarian in there on the 2, and the 118 bike of Adkins going to bring it back around on the 3. Meta number 2 on the track, 7 novice class, Matthias Colmenares, and Daniel Blackburn. Oh, they're going side by side out of the first turn. They're going to battle side by side down the second straight. Colmenares taking the big side. Blackburn going to step out, but he's still within reach as they head into the second turn. In and out of the second turn through the rhythm section. The 483 of Blackburn and the 857 of Colmenares. I know I'm saying that wrong. You'll have to come correct me, buddy. Down the last straight, this is Matthias Colmenares. This is his first race ever. Coming back to the line, going to be Blackburn and Colmenares. All right, guys, here we go. Meta number 3 on the track, 8 novice class, headed down the first straight. We got Jet Willie, Parker Phillips, and Henry Elkins in and out of the first turn and headed down the second straight. It's got to be Phillips on the top spot. Willie making a move for the 2 with Elkins on the 3. All 3 riders into the second turn. Going to come out of the turn and through the rhythm section. They're pumping, they're pedaling, working their way through it. Here they come out of the last turn and down the last straight, coming back at me. Looks like Phillips. Phillips going to hold it down. Willie on the 2 and Elkins on the 3. Meta number 4, 10 novice class, headed down the first straight. We got Joseph Ponsmatier, Adele Bush, and Chase Baker. Down the second straight they go. They're battling. Looks like Baker on the top spot, but Ponsmatier trying to find a way. Adele Bush in there on the 3 as they head through the rhythm section, making their way around. It's getting tight as they come out of the last turn. We'll pick them up. Down the last straight they go. Coming back at me. Looks like Baker, Ponsmatier, and Bush. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys, here we go. Gates down, meta number 5, 11 novice on the track. It's Jace Gullett, Jalen Brust, Kinsley Strunks, and Genevieve Harmon in and out of the first turn and headed down the second straight. It's got to be Gullett on the top spot with a battle for the 2. That's Harmon and Strunks battling for the 2. Brust coming in there, making a move for the 3. Down the rhythm section they go. All kinds of mixing up going on. Into the last turn, single file. But not for long. Oh, they're going side by side down the last straight. Looks like Gullett, Strunks, Brust, and Harmon coming back to the line. All right, guys, here we go. Meta number 6. This is eventful. 36 and 40 novice. Harmon, Phillips, Gradiol, Irvin, and Klein. Down the second straight they go. Got to be Phillips on the top spot with Gradiol and Klein battling for the 2 as they come out of the second turn. Single file, but moves being made. Irvin and Harmon in there going side by side into the last turn. Here they come down the last straight. Phillips still got it under control. Phillips on the 1, side by side for the 2. I don't know who got it. Gradiol and Klein with Irvin and Harmon coming across the line. All right, guys, here we go. Meta number 7 on the track. 7 intermediate class. We got Bailey Loy, Bodie Loy, and Kane Dotson in and out of the first turn and headed down the second straight. Got to be Bodie Loy on the top spot, the 228 bike, with Kane Dotson and Bailey Loy in tow, headed into the second turn. Here they go through the rhythm section. 3 riders, single file, working their way through. Going to come back at me on the last straight. The 228 bike of Bodie Loy going to take your second round. Looks like Dotson and Bailey Loy battling for the 2. Going to go Dotson and Bailey. All right, guys, here we go. Meta number 8 on the track, 9-year-old intermediates. We got Celeste Van Horn, Magnus Hall, and Austin Moore in and out of the first turn down the second straight. Austin Moore recovering. Little trouble in the gate, but he's back on it. And out in front, we got Van Horn on the 2 and Hall on the 3. In and out of the second turn, they're single file through the rhythm section, but this ain't over. Headed for the last turn. Moore got it under control. Here they come down the last straight. Austin Moore. It's going to go Austin Moore, Van Horn, and Hall. All right, guys, here we go. Meta number 9 on the track. Into the first turn they go. Worthington, Cole, Little, and Bonzel in and out of the first turn and down the second straight they go. It's my dude Landon Bonzel on the top spot. So it's Bonzel, it's Little, it's Cole, and it's Worthington. Single file, but they're still racing to be done. Halfway through into the rhythm section they go, headed for that last turn. Coming back at me. Landon Bonzel, the 68 bike, going to show the way. Going to go Bonzel, Little, Cole, and Worthington. All right, guys, here we go. Meta number 10 on the track. 12-year-old intermediates headed down the first straight. We got Justin Adkins, Roman Cole, and Cole Robar. Single file but close quarter racing. All 3 riders still in it, trying to find a way. Oh, they're going side by side. They're 3 wide out of the second turn into the rhythm section. Looks like Robar on the top spot with Adkins trying to battle back. Adkins, Cole, here they come back at me on the last straight. Robar holding it down. Going to go Robar, Adkins, and Cole. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys, here we go. Meta number 11 on the track. Into the first turn they go. 46 to 50 intermediates. Thomas Smith, Charlie Strunks, and Matty G. Down the second straight they go. Headed for that second turn. Looks like Strunks on the top spot. The 606 bike with Matty G on the 2 and Smith on the 3. Single file through the rhythm section. Turn and burn down the last straight. Strunks is still holding it down. Going to go Strunks, Geiger, and Smith. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys, here we go. All gates down. Moto number 12 on the track. This is the behave yourself moto for these guys. Here they go in and out of the first turn. Loy, Moss, Worthington, Williams, and Long down the second straight. Odds looks like Moss going to take over the top spot. So it's Moss, Worthington, Loy, Long, and Williams A lot can happen between here and there. Coming back at me. Looks like Cage Moss going to take your one. Looks like Worthington, Loy, Long, and Williams coming back around. All right, guys, we'll take a short break. I appreciate everybody coming out on a Wednesday night, last Wednesday night of 2025. Holy smokes, the summer is fading fast. The only thing better than summer BMX is autumn BMX. Championship season is coming around. We got state championships, we got Gold Cup championships, we got NAG championships, national championships, district championships. It's all coming. Just a reminder to everybody, we're going to be racing here on Monday. We have a potluck. No race on Saturday. No race on Saturday, but come back on Monday. We're going to cook some burgers and hot dogs after the race. Yeah, Kate's getting on me. There's a sign-up link for side dishes. Everybody likes side dishes. And desserts. Yeah, don't forget desserts. We like our pastries and desserts around here. Yeah, if you make homemade chocolate chip cookies, don't be putting walnuts in them or anything like that. We want real cookies. We got to get these Wednesday night races a thing of the past to make sure all you hooligans get your schooling. We're back into school. Last Wednesday night race of the year. We'll be back on Saturdays. Not this Saturday. Labor Day race this week. All right, guys, we can start staging up. Kate's yelling at me up here, screaming at me. We need a different stager. This one's mean. Yeah. What about it? So we're staging up motos. We're staging up mains. Staging up mains. Wrapping up our last Wednesday night race of the year. Make sure if you have friends or family, we have an open house for BMX Racing League. Our last BMX Racing League of the year. Going to kick off here in a couple weeks. So if you have friends or family, make sure you share that open house link with them. We're kicking off main events. Main event number 1, 17 to 20 cruisers. Markarian, Bonzel, and Adkins battling out of the first turn. Down the second straight they go. Ian Bonzel, the 17 bike, going to show the way, but got the Gold Cup one. A Markarian on the 2, trying to find a way. Adkins in there on the 3. Here they come, in and out of the last turn, coming back at me. Looks like Bonzel going to take your 1. Bonzel, Markarian, and Adkins, 1, 2, 3. Meta number 2 on the track. Main event number 2 on the track. 7 novice class headed down the first straight. We got Xavier Red, Matthias Columnaris, and Daniel Blackburn. In and out of the first turn and down the second straight they go. Headed for that second turn. Got Blackburn on the top spot. Blackburn trying to take all 3 rounds, but Columnaris trying to get a win in the main event. Xavier Red cranking around. Look at Xavier out there making his main event lap. Here they come down the last straight. The 483 bike of Daniel Blackburn. Going to take your 1 for the evening. Blackburn on the 1. Got Matthias Columnaris on the 2. That's his first race. Give him a hand out here racing. And the A46 bike is Xavier Red, bringing it back around. He's popping wheelies and stuff now. Coming back around on your 3. Main event number 3 on the track. 8 novice class headed down the first straight. We got Jet Willie, Parker Phillips, and Henry Elkins going to battle in and out of the first turn down the second straight. It's got to be Parker Phillips. Sparky is what they call him. Headed into the second turn. He's going to show the way. Got the 77 bike of Willie on the 2. And the 487 Elkins out there on the 3 as they head through the rhythm section. Pumping and pedaling, coming back around. We'll pick them up as they come back at me. The 226 bike, Phillips, going to take your 1. Looks like the 77 bike, a Jet Willie, on your 2. And the 487 Elkins coming back around on your 3. All right, guys, here we go. Main event number 4 on the track, 10 novice class, headed down the first straight. Chase Baker, Adele Bush, and Joseph Ponsmatier. Down the second straight they go. It's Baker going to show the way with Ponsmatier and Bush trying to track him down as they head down the second straight. Into the second turn they go. The 663 of Baker still holding it down, but Ponsmatier making a charge as they head into the last turn. Oh, yeah, he thought about it, but thought better. Here they come down the last straight. Looks like Baker, Ponsmatier, and Bush coming back through. Main event number 4. All right, guys, here we go. Gates down, meta number 5 on the track. Main event number 5, 11 novice. We got Jace Gullett, Jalen Brust, Kinsley Strunks, and Genevieve Harmon. Down the second straight they go. They're battling 3 wide. We lost one. It's Brust. In and out of the second turn through the rhythm section. Gullet on the top spot, but Strunks and Harmon trying to track him down. We're checking on Harmon, checking on Brust. Here they come down the last straight. Gullet's been winning races. He's going to be headed to intermediate before long. Gullet, Strunks, Harmon. Looks like an equipment failure for Brust. Well, that's better than a crash. All right, guys, here we go. Main event number 6 on the track, 36-40 novice. We got Harmon, Phillips, Gredial, Irvin, and Klein as they head down the second straight. Got to be Irvin on the top spot, but Gredial making a charge. Into the second turn they go. This is all mixed up. In and out of the turn. Klein making a charge through the rhythm section. Phillips trying to make a charge. Here they come in and out of the last turn, down the last straight. Irvin, Klein going to slip by. Going to go Klein, Irvin, Phillips, Gredial, and Harmon. Nice racing, fellas. All right, guys, here we go. Main event number 7 on the track, 7 intermediate class. We got Bailey Loy, we got Bodie Loy, and we got Kane Dodson. In and out of the first turn, headed down the second straight. Bodie Loy, the 228 bike, got it under control. Got Dodson and Bailey Loy battling for the 2 as they head into the second turn. Out of the turn and through the rhythm section, they're single file. Total points going down. Here we go. We'll pick them up on the last turn. Coming back at me. Looks like Bodie Loy, the 228 bike, going to take your 1 with the 2 bike, Gold Cup 2 of Dodson, and the 58 bike of Bailey Loy, rounding out your podium. All right, guys, here we go. Main event number 8 on the track, 9-year-old intermediate class. We got Celeste Van Horn, Magnus Hall, and Austin Moore. In and out of the first turn and down the second straight. Got to be Austin Moore, the 501 bike on the top spot. Got Van Horn in there on the 2 and Hall on the 3. As they come out of the second turn, it's still up for grabs. Moore got it under control. A battle for the 2 as they head for that last turn. Coming back at me. The 501 bike, Austin Moore, going to bring it back around for the 1. Looks like Van Horn going to hang on for the 2 and Hall in there on the 3 to round out your podium. All right, guys, here we go. What do we have here? Sit-down race. Main event number 9, we're going to do a sit-down race. Bella Worthington, Reed Cole, Luke Little, and Landon Bonzel in and out of the first turn and down the second straight. Looks like Reed Cole is dusting them down the second straight. Reed showing the way. Looks like Landon on the 2. There's a side-by-side battle for the 3 with Little and Worthington out of the second turn and into the rhythm section, making their way around. Reed Cole got a commanding lead. Coming back at me, the 108 bike. Reed Cole going to take your 1. Cole, looks like Bonzel going to in there for the 2. Little and Worthington coming back through. All right, guys, here we go. Main event number 10 on the track, 12 intermediates. We got Justin Adkins, Roman Cole, and Cole Robar headed down the first straight. Down the second straight they go. It's got to be Robar on the top spot. So it's Robar, it's Adkins, and it's Cole. Into the second turn they go. Racing hard. Robar and Adkins got Roman Cole in there. Down the last straight they go. Coming back at me. Looks like Robar going to get it done. Robar, Adkins, Roman Cole, Novice in there, holding his own. All right, guys, here we go. Main event number 11 on the track, 46 to 50 intermediates. It's Thomas Smith, Charlie Strunks, and Matty G. Down the second straight they go. They're 3 wide. Strunks got the lead. Strunks, Geiger, and Smith single file into the second turn, but it ain't over. Still racing through the rhythm section. Headed into the last turn, coming back at me. The 606 bike. Strunks going to get it done on a Wednesday night. Strunks, Geiger, and Smith. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys, here we go. Main event number 12, last Wednesday night main of the 2025 year. 41 to 45 experts, and it's been a good one. Loy, Moss, Worthington, Williams, and Long down the second straight. Got to be Moss on the top spot. So it's Moss, Worthington. Got to be Loy in there. Williams going to make a move. Long, here they go through the rhythm section. Picking it up and laying it down. Coming back at me. Looks like Cage Moss, the 23 bike, going to get it done on a Wednesday night. Moss, Worthington, Loy, Williams, and Long. A lot of excitement down there.